Most of the exercises in this workout are going to be using the Pilates soft ball. If you don't have one already, I'll put a note in the comment section of where we purchase ours and you can pick one up for yourself. We're going to start with a little warm-up though. So if you can lie in your rest position, which is knees bent, feet and knees at about hip distance apart, and we'll just quickly go through those 5 key elements. So head and neck placement, shoulder blade and rib cage placement, neutral spine, center, and then breathe. So we're just going to take 20-30 seconds for some nice big deep breaths in and out. Just giving you that moment to pause and get ready for the movements to come. You go in through your nose, out through the mouth, and each time you exhale, think about trying to relax the shoulders and make sure that you're switched on through center, so tightening through those tummy muscles. We're going to switch the attention from the breathing now, just to adopt a more natural breathing pattern, and I want you to stretch through your arms. We're going to bring both arms up at shoulder height. We take one back, one forwards, and then swap. So we're trying to keep the upper part of the arm as tight in by your ear as you can. Be conscious of that neutral position. Try not to let the rib cage flare. And we're just going to gently scissor those arms. Just a chance to loosen out through the shoulders. We'll just go a couple more. Lovely, well done. Now to open the front of the chest a little bit, I want you to bend your elbows, having the wrists so that they're back to the floor, lift up through the crown of the head, and then we bring the hands and elbows together and open out. Bring them together and open out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, keep going. Squeeze in, push open, try and get the elbows to meet in front of you. We'll go 2 more. Lovely, well done. And then resting the arms back down by your side again. Gently reach your fingertips down towards your heels. We're going to slide the right leg down and out along the floor. You breathe in to bring that leg up, feeling a nice big pull and stretch up the back of the thigh. Now pull the toes towards you. Push to the heel as you lower. Just before you touch the floor, you come back up again. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. We'll do 2 more on this side. Brilliant, well done. Bring that leg back in. A little bit of a loosen for the other side now. Slide the leg down and out. Inhale, up. Flex, exhale and down. Inhale, up. Flex, exhale and down. Now it's more important that you have a straight knee than how high up that leg goes. I want you to be conscious of that neutral position. We'll just go 1 more on this side. Good, and come back in. So we've loosened out the legs, we've loosened out the shoulders, just a little bit of a stretch for the lower back now. If you bring the feet and knees together, place your arms out to the side so that your palms are up to the ceiling. We're going to let both knees rock over one way, turn your head the opposite way to the knees, and then swap over to the other side. Knees one way, head going the other way. Excellent, keep going like that. Just a gentle rock from side to side. Keep going. And 1 more each way. We're back into center. Bring the knees up and in towards the chest. Just give them a little squeeze in. Good. That's our warm-up section complete. Okay, so now I want you to grab your little soft ball. we're going to go back down into a rest position and put the ball so that it's resting just in between the knees. Try to let your shoulders sink in towards the floor. Control through center, arms down by your side, and we just gently reach the fingertips down towards the heels. We're going into a shoulder bridge, but I want you just to squeeze inwards on the ball. We tilt the tailbone back towards us, peel each little vertebrae up off the spine and up off the floor in turn. Inhale at the top, and then exhale, you're going to go down. Try to lengthen the pelvis away from the ribs. Keep that gentle squeeze on the soft ball until you're back to where you started. And again, tilt back, roll up. So flatten the back, roll and peel the vertebrae. Inhale and hold. Exhale, you roll back down. Elongate the spine. And keep going. Tilt back, roll up. In and hold. Out and roll back down. Try and relax the hands, don't grip on towards the floor. Tilt back, roll up. In and hold. Out and roll back down. Remember that gentle squeeze on the ball. We'll go for 3 more. Good. Last 2. Feel that wave-like movement through the spine. Good, and one last one. Gentle inward squeeze on the ball. In and hold. Out, we go all the way down. And we're back to where we started. Good, well done. Remember that little checklist, 5 points. Head and neck placement, shoulder blade and rib cage, neutral spine, center, and that awareness of your breath. We're going to keep the feet so that they're roughly about hip joint distance apart, just a little bit of an inward squeeze on the ball. Now all I want you to do is to hinge from the knee. We're going to straighten that leg out and then tap back down. Straighten that leg out and tap back down. So the thighs should be staying parallel. The movement just comes from your knee. And as you straighten the leg, it's these muscles here at the top of the thigh that we're tightening to keep the leg as strong and straight as we can. So squeeze and tighten there, release. Squeeze, release. We'll go one more. Keep your neutral position. Squeeze, release. Lovely. Let's swap onto the other side. So right leg, lift, lower, lift and lower. Keep that squeeze through center. Straighten, tap down. Straighten, tap down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep going. Go 3 more on this side. 3 and in. 2, in. Last one, in, and come back down. Good. Nudge the feet just a little tiny bit further away from you. If you need to adjust that position of the ball, you can do. We're now going to reach up so that you're taking hold of the ball, and then you bring the ball up above you, and then we're going to place the ball back and take the arms up. When you come back down, make sure you rest the head and shoulders in towards the floor. The further your feet are away from you, the higher you've got to reach to get the ball between the knees. Try to keep your feet flat on the floor. We're going to exhale as you go up. Inhale to reach. Exhale, place the ball there. Inhale, come back down. Try to keep a gap between your chin and your chest. And the closer the feet come towards you, the easier it is for you to get to that movement. So you work at a range you're comfortable with. We go 2 more. Good, well done. And then have a little rest again. Relax the shoulders. Okay, we're going to come up into a sitting position now, and the ball, I want you to make sure that that is tucked in behind you. So you have to lean forward and wedge the ball in behind you. So when you're sat upright in that very tall position here, you're not having to lean on the ball to keep it in place. We're going to work on a little bit of pelvic tilting. Now if you just lightly hold either in front of the shin there or at the back of the thigh, and I would like you to try to press the tailbone in towards the ball and then sit yourself up tall. So it's not a huge movement, it's a little rock backwards off those sitting bones and then up tall again. As you do this, it should feel like a little abdominal crunch. So we scrunch in here and then come up. Crunch and up. Let's take the hands away from the knees now. Crunch and up. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. 2 more, keep the shoulders down. Good, lovely. Now, if we keep that height, keep that length, we're going to use the tilt and the curl back, but we're also going to take it into a little half roll back so that we're working these abdominal muscles, but we're quite well protected with the ball, and it gives us a little rebound to come back into that sitting position. So we're going to have both arms out at shoulder height. You crunch, tilt back, lean back, hold, and then take yourself back up. So the breathing will be in to prepare, out as you tilt back, lean back, into hold, and out to bring yourself back up. Keep going, tilt back, lean back with the exhale. Inhale, hold, out, and come back up. 2 more. Last one. Good. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit more difficult now, so give the arms just a little stretch off if you need to. And then we're back into that start position, exactly the same as we practiced before. Exhale as you tilt back, lean back. Inhale, you hold. Now we're going to take the arms up, overhead. Look up at the hands as you go. Bring them back to shoulder height. And then we sit up tall. 4 more. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, crunch back as you lean back. In and hold. Keep that crunch. Exhale, look up at the arms. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, up tall. In, prepare. Crunch, lean back. In, hold. Out, up. In, down. Out, up. Good. In, prepare. Out, crunch. Tilt back, lean back. In, hold. Out, up. In, down. Out and up. Let's go once more. In, prepare. Out, tilt back, lean back. In, hold. Out, up. In, down. Out, up, tall. Good, relax those arms again. So for the last variation on that one, I'm going to take you into our archer stretch, which we've done in some of the other videos. The reason for that is I want you to try and open at this front part of the chest, but maintaining that little crunch and squeeze, so it really isolates movement between the pelvis and the rib cage. So here we go, we're going to start up as tall as we can, arms out in front. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, we tilt back, crunch back, lean back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, you're going to go into that archer twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then we come up tall, so just one each side. Go again. In, prepare. Out, you're going to tilt back, lean back. In, hold. Out, twist. In, go back. Out, twist. In, go back, and out, sit up tall. Again, in, prepare, out, tilt back, lean back, in, hold, out, twist, keep that crunch, in, out, in, and up tall. Inhale, prepare, out, tilt back, lean back, in, hold, out, twist, in, out, in, and out. Let's just do one last one. So keep the shoulders down, crunch, tilt back, lean back, in, hold, out, pull through, in, go forwards, out, pull through, in, go forwards, come up tall, 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 good, and then just curve and relax a little bit. There's a great stretch to follow on from that one, which is for the middle part of your back, which we can do using the soft ball. This stretch isn't everyone's cup of tea. It doesn't feel comfortable for everyone. So if you start it and it doesn't feel right, don't worry, just miss this one out. But if you want to give it a try, the ball is going to sit probably just about where the shoulder blades, the bottom of the shoulder blades are across the back there. I want you to hold the weight of your head in your hands, keep your elbows as wide as you can, and then we're going to extend over the ball. So we get that lovely big arch through the upper and middle part of the back. Now you can just hold there. You can bring yourself up, perhaps adjust the position of the ball slightly. Go over into that stretch. Remember, if it feels uncomfortable at all, please don't do this one. If you have osteoporosis, this is a stretch that you should avoid. Up you come. Good. We'll just go one last one. Wiggle into a slightly different position. Keep those elbows wide. Lean over. Stretch the middle part of your back. Wonderful, well done. And then you can bring yourself up from there and take that ball away. For this next section, we're going to work in side lying. So I've brought a roller in, which I'm going to use to rest my head up onto. You can use a pillow or some blocks, anything that's going to feel comfortable for you. But we want to try and get your spine pretty much in a straight line as you lay on your side there. So if we come down into this side lying position, making sure that the head's comfortably supported, the hips are stacked up on top of each other, the shoulders are stacked up, and you should have the makings of a little gap between your waist and the floor underneath you. So try not to sink on towards the floor, keep that little bit of a lift. The ball is going to go in between your knees. We keep those hips stacked, and then we're just going to put a downward pressure onto the ball. So press down, 2, 3, 4, then release, 2, 3, 4. We press down, 2, 3, 4, and release, 2, 3, 4. Good. Keep the heels squeezed together. And make sure you're lengthening up through the crown of the head. Keep that little rhythm going. Down, 2, 3, 4. Release, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Down, 2, 3, 4. Release. Good. Keep those hips so that they're stacked up on top of each other. Maintain that little gap in your waist. I'm going to get you to press down on the ball again, but hold there this time. Press down, squeeze and hold. Heels together. We're going to do 10 tiny, tiny little pulses. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Lovely. Keep that strength through center, but we can let the legs relax a little bit now. So it's just going to be the weight of your top leg which is resting down onto the ball. We're going to keep that there into an arm opening stretch, which is both arms out, fingertips roughly level to begin with, and keeping those shoulders stacked. I want you to keep the top hip forward towards me, and then we're going to take the top arm open and round. So you're turning to look at the hand, keep the hips forward, inhale and hold, and then exhale, bring the arm over, flow over, fingertips level and go again. Inhale, prepare, exhale, go around, keep the hips forward, in and hold, out and back over. Good. Again, in, prepare, out, round we go. In and hold, out and back over. Okay, we're going to try 2 more. In, prepare, out, round we go. Twist through the upper back, in and hold, out and over. Stay strong through the tummy. Last time. In, prepare, out, open and round. In and hold, out and come back over. Excellent, well done. So we're going to carry on working those legs. We've still got the ball in between the knees. I want you to take both legs out straight, and if you're lay sort of roughly in the center of your mat, then your feet should be towards the front end, if not slightly off the top end of the mat. Keep the hips stacked, so try not to roll back where the bottom sticks out. Hips are stacked. This top hand, just have it resting on the floor in front of you. We're going to brace through the upper body. Think about the collarbone staying wide, strong through the tummy, and then our action will be to lift and lower the legs. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Good, this one's number 5, we're going to go 10 altogether. So we've got 5 left. 4, keep that lift in the waist. 3, 2, and then last one. Excellent, well done, and have a little relax. We're going to go over onto the other side. So you can either just turn around or you can bring your little pillow, cushion, whatever you're using, over to the other side. We come and lay down, ball in between the knees, and we're going to start off just with those little squeezes. So shoulders stacked, hips stacked, lift through the waist. We're going to press down onto the ball, hold for 4, and then release. Go again, press down, 2, 3, 4, release, 2, 3, 4, press down, 2, 3, 4, release, 2, 3, 4. Good, keep that little rhythm going. Working the inner part of the thigh, working on maintaining that length through the spine. Down and release. Come down and release. Excellent, well done. So next one, we're going to press down, we're going to hold there. Think about the lift through the waist, and then we're going to go 10 little pulses. So squeeze down onto the ball as hard as you can. Keep the shoulders down, and then into those little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Keep that light pressure on the ball. Both arms outstretched. Shoulders down, lengthen from the crown of the head, down and out through the tailbone, and then this top arm's going to open round. So we float the arm up, round, and over. Inhale, hold. Exhale, come back through. Good. Again, in, prepare. Out and round. In and hold. Out and over. Try to keep the hips forward so that we're twisting from the waist and above. Gentle squeeze down on the ball with the knees, and that bottom thigh needs to stay down on the floor. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, up, open and round. In and hold. Out and come back over. And then just one last one. In, prepare. Out, open and round. In and hold. Out and bring the arm back over. Well done. So we're going to keep the head rested up onto your pillow, onto your roller, whatever you're using. Both legs going to go out straight, feet just slightly in front of the line of the body, and keep a little bit of a lift in the waist. Brace and control through the upper body, so collarbones wide, top hand just resting on the floor. Squeeze through the waist, and we're going to lift and lower the legs. Exhale up, inhale lower. 3 and lower, going for 10. 4 and lower. 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly there. Keep the shoulders down. 9, lengthen through the crown of the head. 10, excellent, well done. And then you can rest. We're going to go back into our rest position next. Okay, so we're back into rest position. The soft ball, I want you to place that underneath your left foot. So we're going to have the left foot resting directly up on top of the ball. Neutral spine, shoulders down, lift and lengthen up through the crown of the head. You can either rest your hands just onto your pelvis either side there, or have them down by your side, whichever feels more comfortable. With that left leg, the one with the ball underneath it, you're going to roll the leg away. So try and keep a nice strong straight line through from the center of that hip joint, and you pull back in. Exhale, you're going to roll away. Inhale, pull back in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Breathe out, go out. Breathe in, back in. Breathe out, go out. Breathe in, back in. Good. Let's just do 2 more on this side. Lovely. And then we'll hold up in that rest position with the foot up on the ball. You might need to just adjust the position of the ball slightly. Next, with our right leg, we're going to use a tabletop and then just tap back down. Tabletop up, tap back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep that strength through center. Gently melt the shoulder down in towards the floor. Keep pulling up through the crown of the head. We come up, tap back down. Come up, tap back down. Now next time we come up to tabletop, we're going to hold. So hold that there. As you glance up at the thigh, the foot should be hidden behind the knee, and the knee should be pretty much just over the hip joint. We're going to go back to using that left leg. We slide out along the ball and pull back in. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe out to go out. Breathe in to pull back in. Breathe out to go out. In to pull back in. Well done. We've got 3 to go. And pull back in. Well done. Good. Lower that right leg down. And then we're going to swap over so that we're now putting the ball underneath your right foot. Left leg is just staying in its rest position. Make sure the foot's in line with the center of the hip joint on that side. And then, once you've got yourself set, we're going to slide the right leg away. So slide out in line with the center of the hip joint. Pull back up and in. Breathe out, roll away. Breathe in, pull back in. Again, exhale away. Inhale back in. We'll do 2 more on this side. Good, well done. Lovely. Adjust the position of the ball if you need to. Get that nice strong position set. Control through the middle. Lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. Left leg up to tabletop now. And then we do our little tap. So down, pull up. Exhale, inhale. Shoulders relaxed. Follow the line that comes through from the center of the hip joint. Good, 3 to go. 2. And 1. Then we're going to come and hold up in your tabletop on the left. Make sure the foot's hidden behind the knee as you glance at the thigh, and then that right leg, we're going to roll away and pull back in. Roll away and pull back in. Good. 3 and in. Keep that strength through center. 4 and in. Let's try 10. 5 and in. Loosen the ball. 6 and in. Relax the shoulders. Two more. And last one. Good. And you will have noticed that my ball has crept right up along the leg. If yours has done the same, now's probably a good time to retrieve it. Excellent, well done. Next one, we want to take that ball in the hands. We're going to come to a single tabletop and then a double tabletop to meet it. The ball goes in between the knees. Now, if you're not comfortable working in a double tabletop, if it hurts your lower back for any reason, then you just miss this section out. Otherwise, we're going to keep a gentle squeeze inwards on the ball. Keep that strength through center, arms down by your side, and reach the fingertips to the heels. We then straighten one leg up, and it comes back down. Other side, straighten, and back down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now you might notice that you've got one side that feels a little bit tighter than the other. Don't worry, that's not a huge problem. We're aiming to make them both equal and even. So we come up and lower, up and lower, up, lower. One more each side. Good, and then we hold in that tabletop. If you need to just put the ball a little bit more securely in between the knees, you can. We're going to keep that little inward squeeze. We're going to keep control through center, be conscious of this neutral position, and then I want you just to nudge your knees a little bit further away from you and then pull back up. You're going to breathe out as you take the legs away, in as you pull back up. So this should be working the tummy. It shouldn't be hurting in your lower back. If it is, please stop. Breathe out, you go out. Breathe in, you pull back in. Breathe out, you go out. Breathe in, pull back in. We're just going to do 3 more of these. And last one. Good, well done. Take that ball away. Bring the knees in towards the chest, have a little wriggle. Good, and then we come back up into a sitting position. Okay, last couple of little exercises now. We're going to hold the ball out in front of you. We're going to work on some rotation for the waist. So at the beginning of this workout, I was asking you to work on some pelvic tilt, and you were leaning back, pressing the tailbone in towards the ball. So if you can replicate that feel now, we lean back as if you're pressing the tailbone to the ball. You're then going to lean back slightly, and then with straight arms, I want you to tap the ball off to one side. You then come up, over and round, and tap to the other side. You come back into the middle and sit up tall. So one each side, and then back up into that nice tall sit position. Let's try 3 rounds of that one. So it's inhale, prepare. Exhale, we're going to go into that little crunch and lean back. In and hold. Out you go over. In, come up. Out you go over. In, come up. Out, sit up tall. Keep going. In, prepare. Out, tilt back, lean back. Inhale, hold. Out, over. In, up. Out, over. In, up. Come up tall. Last one like that. In, prepare. Out, tilt back, lean back. In and hold. Out and over. In and up. Out and over. In and up. Out, come up tall. Lovely. Now for our final exercise, we're going to get you to go into that exact same setup, but rather than one each side and come up in between, we're going to go for 10 in total, so 5 each way. Nice and tall. You can do this. Shoulders down, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. Tilt back, lean back, and we're here. So we inhale, hold. Now we're going to go over. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. This is 2 and up. 2 and up. Keep the shoulders down. 3 and up. 3 and up. Breathe out as you go over. Good. Last one each side. Follow the ball as it goes round. Come up into center. Finish the movement off by coming up tall, tall, tall. Good. And then you're going to curve around forwards. Brilliant, well done. We're just going to finish off with a little bit of stretch. So I want you to hold the ball out in front of you, as tall as you can. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, we're going to lift up. In, you come back down. Exhale, you straighten the legs and roll the ball towards the toes. Inhale, up tall. Exhale, reach, extend through the back. Inhale, come down. Exhale, roll. Good. In and out. In and out. 2 more. In, out, in and out. In, out. We're going to finish on this one. In, exhale, forwards. Excellent, well done, job done. I hope you enjoyed the workout using the soft ball. If you did, please hit like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll find out when the next videos are out there. All the likes and comments and the shares, they do help other people find the videos. So if you found them useful, then maybe someone else will too. Thanks very much.